Soalan untuk para pelis, Seiko Ayase, Nenek Momo Ayase, hot tak bagi korang? Pasal tak keluar lagi kan, so it sounds like a manga, but I think everybody kind of seen her in the OP. I do not know what to make of her, but I do not know why she looks young.
Yo, that's the grandma? Shit, I thought that's like some other character.
My reaction is goddamn.
I thought she was
God
like, okay lah, diorang akan jumpa orang ni dan orang ni yang akan macam take them under her wing. Okay, well, she does probably take them under her wing. Macam, is she like a Tsunade yang macam pakai dia punya magic powers to keep her looking young or something?
Manalah gua tahu.
Begitulah. It's a Tsunade type.
That said,
kau pun tahu perangai kasar Momo ni dapat dari mana pun kau akan tengok.
Okay, looking forward to that.
Aku rasa dia punya character design is pretty cool. The baseball bat is a very nice touch, or the bat is a very nice touch. But more importantly, dia punya
beehive.
Dia punya beehive tu. That's because if you look back in the last 5 years to 10 years, there are no prominent silhouettes of any characters yang ada beehive.
Okay.
And you can use that as a very nice design element where the hair can do so many things. Like even in Demon Slayer, you did not see that being used. Just reflect macam tak ada.
Our next question, aku macam tarik terus muka Munif because dia baca manga. Soalan untuk panelis, especially for manga readers, korang manga dan ada chapter last or ending akan mengecewakan fans tak macam Jujutsu Kaisen atau AOT? Ini macam conjecture je, because it's not finished yet. But
kalau
is the story being well written or not? Kau rasa ada not
well, kalau Munif dah endorse.
dia macam ni lah. The macam mana dia kalau one thing kalau kita cakap saya Jujutsu Kaisen dengan AOT tu, kenapa macam ramai kata ending dia disappointing, it's also because of the overarching punya story tau, of the very complicated overarching punya story pasal. So dia punya weight tu lagi besar, so dia lagi senang nak gagal lah, so to speak. So bukanlah aku kata dia gagal, tapi because of the overarching stories for years, ada continuity macam ni, and then it's however it lands, it's bound to disappoint people. The beauty of DANDADAN ni, the way dia susun cerita dia is that, macam aku kata lah, dia macam X-Files, macam Supernatural. Dia ada some recurring villains and overarching story, ada arcs sikit. Tapi for the most part, dia tak ada lah, every episode kena super interconnected towards each other. And then macam, dia ni mestilah Gojo yang terpaling ni, mestilah Yuji yang terpaling ni. Dia tak ada. At the end of the day, semua kegilaan ni is tied to the two main characters yang go through all this kegilaan. And you will realize as you go through the story, you are getting what you want every episode. Cumanya bila nak cakap saya ending tu, all you want is for Momo and Okarun to be together. Itu je. Kalau dia dapat Momo and Okarun tu cantik, be together at the end of the day, and throughout the journey, every episode is just stupid fun, crazy fun, mindless fun, cool fun, emotional tiba-tiba, mindless fun, lawak, fun. But in the end, they ended up together. It's so easy to stick the landing. So easy. Sebab that's how they format the show. So aku rasa banding dengan benda lain yang super serious, overarching stories lah, benda semua ni, they set themselves up to, bukan set themselves up to fail lah, tapi it's lagi susah nak berjaya when you structure it like that. Even One Piece one is at risk of the same thing. Sebab dia everything so interconnected, so that, and it leads to what? Siapa jadi Pirate King? What is the One Piece? The perfect ending pun orang akan debate and gaduh about it in the end. You know that's gonna happen. Tapi untuk DANDADAN, kau ada episode 1 and all the episodes in between before the finale, kau tengah enjoy. Every day is like enjoyment. Macam kau tengok X-Men 97 ke, X-Files ke apa, episode ni best, episode ni best. Kau tak fikir macam kau tengok Jujutsu Kaisen kan, jangan kata masa ending, halfway through story, lepas Shibuya tu fandom dah start bergaduh. Ni cerita pasal Yuji patut main karakter, ni patut Gojo main karakter, patut dia ni paling kuat, kata dia ni paling kuat, kenapa dia ni kena one shot macam tu je. The bad vibe so dah start macam lepas Shibuya lah pun. Tu sebab dia there's that, ini bahaya, the double edged sword of continuity. Continuity memang best, Tapi when the continuity is too hard juga, orang kan no, masa episod 3 dulu, macam mana ni episod 326 macam ni, masa episod 3 dia dah establish macam ni. But there's no such thing in DANDADAN. The continuity is the relationship between Momo and Okarun, and all the episodes is just having fun, suka having fun, dapat power, dapat friends, new enemies, beat them, having fun. At the end of the day, they end up together. Dah, semua orang happy. Itu.
Okay, aku nak tarik Amber terus pasal we got a question specifically for you. So far, perasaan Momo akan jadi protagonis yang baik ada tak? I don't know. Is Fat ni kawan kau ke?
Dia selalu juga masuk live apa semua kan. Perasaan juga.
Oh,
Tapi
okay. Anyway.
Momo akan jadi protagonis baik. So far
ada
perasaan
tak?
Momo.
I think in short, kau rasa will she be a good protagonist?
Oh.
Yang best ke tak?
Oh. I think she will lah sebab dia punya personality di lingkungan tu kan, dia macam ada love-hate relationship. So that tu ya biasanya pasal cerita ni, dia distinct different personality antara Momo dengan apa nama dia? Ken lah tadi kan.
Okarun.
That distant Okarun.
Jangan
That
kau
distant personality itu yang best tu sebenarnya. So aku tak ada masalah benda ni sama ada dia akan jadi a good character untuk audience ke tak, tapi bagi aku that relationship dynamic tu akan jadi satu plot progression untuk cerita ni jadi lagi best lah ke depan. Tu aku looking forward lah untuk karakter Momo dengan Ken.
Yeah, because I mean like you, I mean like everybody, for each of us, I mean I know cakap macam dah baca 10 jilid tapi tengok 2 episod je, tapi I quite like how the characters are written because dia giara delinquent, kita ingat dia akan one dimensional jahat. Bukan jahat, no, nakal ke apa tak. She's a person with otak, you know.
Dia like real people tu cakap tu. Dia written it's like dia macam dia kawan kau kenal orang macam ni.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think at bottom line pun kan untuk apa-apa lah, kau tulis cerita tu best, apa benda pasal cerita tu will be sorted lah. Kategori ada mungkin Munif without spoiling it too much, apa perbezaan power system ke kuasa mereka sama?
Okay. Yang ni without heavy spoilers lah. Dia
without.
Pasal power system ni aku boleh cakap dia akan ada yang recurring. Macam sekarang ni kita dah nampak one power system yang ada is that you can get empowered by being cursed, as shown by ni lah Okarun lah. So cerita ni akan banyak spiritual hantu-hantu thing, so you figure that out yourself lah. Dia akan ada sedikit consistency di situ with some other characters. Lepas tu then you have orang macam Momo where spiritual energy / telekinetic is a real thing yang dia pun boleh weaponize. Yang tu pun dia akan ada consistency dia di situ. Tapi the best part lagi yang pasal bila kau cakap power system ni, sebab macam kata lah, dunia ni diverse. Dia hantu, sci-fi, mecha, cryptozoology, semua benda wujud dalam dunia ni. And DANDADAN ni, dia the main characters punya posse lah, cakap dia punya troop, dia punya group kan. Dia watak dia ramai tau. Aku rasa dalam banyak manga is one of those yang memang the main group tu ramai gila watak. And they are a diverse bunch tau. Not even all of them are humans. Ada manusia, ada benda ni, ada benda tu, ada benda tu, ada benda ni, with their own sets of power tau. Ada yang dia ni biologi dia macam tu. And then ada yang dia ni pun kena curse. Lepas tu ada yang this person lah powered by technology tau. Pasal apa kan. So benda yang aku nak cakap di sini is that dia ada power system, tapi at the same time dia ada macam-macam jenis power, but also at the same time kata so dia tak rasa banyak sangat power tapi serabut, pasal they have set up the world where all this thing is real. Semua benda ni wujud serentak. So power source tu dari merata-rata kau tak rasa pelik. Sebab contoh kalau kita compare, kalau Naruto dia dah cakap saya chakra kan, and the power tier yang develop from the chakra system tu. Lepas tu takkanlah tiba-tiba ni ada bankai, ada full bring lah, ada devil fruit, macam apa benda tengah jadi ni kan, apa jadi dengan chakra kan. Tapi yang pandai dia orang DANDADAN ni, dia episode first establish ni alien, ni ada hantu. So in that world, what is the power system? Is it sci-fi based body modification sebab ada alien? Or is it curses sebab dia hantu? No, dia ada dua-dua. And the fact yang dia kata dua-dua ni wujud means anything can wujud. So power system dia banyak, yet dia tak jaring. It makes sense. But ada some power systems ni yang akan consistent. There are few characters yang akan ada lebih kurang the same things lah.
Aku rasa bila bila soalan bila Munib jawab pasal point power system ni, what I feel like I can say at this juncture to summarize the difference, because masa Munib start jawab tu aku terfikir Naruto. Kebetulan pula aku terfikir Naruto masa the previous question bila siapa tu tanya is it Amber yang dia kata will this story become, ke tanya Munib yang will this be will it stick the landing or will it be like another JJK. Dan aku pula ada what I feel is not a majority opinion. I felt that in the last 15 to 20 years the manga that has done this the best is Naruto, because it's very balanced. It is not the best in everything. I don't know if it's trying to be, but it's very balanced. Kau nak lore ada, kau nak sejarah ada, kau nak power system ada, kau nak power system yang eventually evolve lepas tu reveal other power systems ada. The story is not like One Piece where dah berapa puluh tahun kita still tak tahu apa benda, siapa yang pegang One Piece tu. In Naruto, okay, you know what, you've grown, you've progressed, so where does your ninja way lead you to, which is a great dramatic question for an IP. But both all these stories, what they have in common is that no matter how good their power system is, macam One Piece has a brilliant devil fruit yang macam pergi pulau ni hang dapat fruit ni, pergi pulau ni hang dapat fruit ni, cool. The story is inherently tied to the power system. The story is about the power system. The premise is the power system. Dragon Ball Z, power. Naruto, it's all about power. One Piece, yes, it's about the One Piece, but without the devil fruit, you don't have the story. So semua story, Bleach is literally about the Shinigami kan. So semua cerita ni, kalau power system tu tak ada, cerita tu tempang. Sebab you just have characters, that's it. You just have characters that you can pakai baju ni, dia jadi kod ni. Dia pakai baju ni, dia jadi kod ni. So a lot of the writing effort is front loaded onto designing a world, designing a power system that can last the damn distance. So One Piece dengan Naruto managed to navigate this well enough. Naruto made sure from the very beginning, this is my ninja way. So the story is what is Naruto's life, because that is his ninja way. So you nampak dia daripada kecil, daripada sampai dia jadi Hokage. One Piece pula, I want to be the Pirate King, nak cari One Piece. So benda tu dia tak kacau. Tapi banyak manga lain macam Bleach, Culprit, dia gagal. But for this, if I base it on what Munif says just now, the power system comes with the characters. So this is a story about the characters discovering shit. Supernatural, betul. Alien, betul. And now since we know about this world, this is how we are affected by this shit or these shits, and we just live with it lah. So the story is not inherently tied to the power system. You don't need the power system to be cool for it to work, which is the biggest problem with JJK. Kalau you tengok the first 2 seasons, you read the first 150 issues of the manga, macam wow, this is it. This is the next one of the big 3. Tak, ambil kau. Because the mangaka could not figure out where they want to go, because there are too many good ideas and he wants to write them all.
Lalu aku actually tertarik yang benda yang kau cakap tu, which is aku tak terkata tadi betul lah kau cakap, which is the power system doesn't come with the world of Dandadan or the world doesn't need the power system, but the power system macam kau cakap ni comes from the characters. And kenapa aku rasa that's a big part of kenapa kita rasa flavor Dandadan ni unique and lain pada manga lain. Kenapa? Because when the power system is tied to the characters instead of the world, when characters clash, it makes for an unpredictable and interesting punya battle. So sebab tu, contoh kau dah tengok lah episode 1. The Serpo, dia ada very defined advancement or limitations of technology. Then ada benda setan apa keluar dari phone ni.
Ada phone.
Langsung dia lawan kan. So sebab, bila power system is tied to the characters, macam Jamal cakap tadi, when the characters clash, what happens? You don't effing know. You do not know. Apa jadi ni? Kalau cakra lawan cakra, kau tahu, okay, dia ni cakra reserve lagi tinggi ke contoh. Oh, dia ni punya earth element dia boleh counter dengan dia ni apa punya element, for example. So there's there are some pathways yang kau nampak boleh jadi tau. Tapi ni alien, lah tu dah hantu keluar pada handphone, macam apa benda jadi. Lah tu alien tu, dia buat macam Ultraman tu, berkesan pula, kena pula hantu ni.
Tapi when I say this, it's not for me. I'm not comparing what power system works and what doesn't, because you, when talking about power system, you cannot evaluate it from the story, because the moment you evaluate it from the story, you don't care about the power system anymore. The story messed it up. Sebab Bleach punya power system is sweet, alright, it's great. It's about limitations. It's about understanding your role. It's about how you play with your spiritual power. Lepas tu macam chakra system tu is great. Chakra ni dengan chakra ni, elemen ni dapat apa. And then you ada, and then macam chakra ni datang the natural energy of the world. So the world ni mesti ada banyak jenis energy lain. Introduce sage mode. So benda betul ada. So the power systems are inherently cool. But I feel that when you rely a lot on the power system to shape the characters and all that, and then you fail to do that, then you have nothing else to fall back on. Because one cool thing that Naruto eventually managed to figure out is that kalau kau tengok daripada awal, bila Naruto lawan dan dia kalah, engkau tak training. You have great power tapi engkau tak training. So Naruto had to telan his ego, dia kena train. Bila dia train pula, dan dia start lawan dan dia start realize, okay, if I train to use my abilities better, then I can integrate myself with my friends, then I can be useful to them, then I can have my friends, okay? So the moment he goes down that route, what the mangaka did quite cleverly is that now the power system will mature as you mature. So then you start to see these characters making their power or their abilities their own. Bila Naruto buat Rasengan, dia jadi macam ni. When he plays with wind, it works in a certain way. When another character plays with wind, it works in a certain way. But even then, as good as he was, the mangaka was able to grow that, Kishimoto, it was still bound by how the chakra system works. So with this, it can be anything. Sebab it's purely discovery from Momo to know what she can and cannot control with her telekinesis or her telepathy or whatever you want to call that. And then for Ken/Okarun, selagi dia ada urge to do something physically with his body, and his body can retain some semblance of control and not lose his own consciousness to the Turbo Granny, he can execute it. So now you see, now you learn about the power as the characters learn about the power. In Naruto, you don't get that. The power tu, kalau hang kuat level ni, hang boleh buat benda ni. So ni hang kat sekolah, hang kena belajar buat benda ni. Selagi hang tak apply hang punya disiplin dan sebagainya, hang tak akan boleh buat benda ni. Kalau hang tak boleh buat benda ni, hang tak boleh buat benda lain. Nampak tak? So now, the story has to be, what is the school life? This story, anything. It can be Okarun making a stupid statement, and then Momo mengamuk, and then dia orang gaduh, tapi dia kerana gaduh tu, boom, something happens. So it could possibly be that, and that is, I think, where the novelty is. That said, aku tak rasa this mangaka can work in the Naruto punya apa nama ni, IP. Likewise, Kishimoto or Kubo cannot write this. This is too out there. So it's not whether which power system is better. It's not even how you tell it. It's about like macam, do you understand your power system or not? Alright. So do you want to tell you want to tell a story about the power system, or you want to tell a story about the character? Because if you do it about the character, which I think why Jujutsu Kaisen was really successful early on, and then I think he just couldn't figure it out. Because from early on it was about the power, and then it became about the character, and then it couldn't really decide.
Dia macam fluctuate lah sekali kan. Dia macam flip-flop sikit.
Flip-flop. Because you can have Yuji, and then you have Gojo, and everybody loves Gojo, and because he writes it weekly, he knows how people react to Gojo. So he cannot not write Gojo and follow that line. Tapi dia tahu macam, aku ada banyak lagi cerita yang best. Tapi hang punya pacing dah terlalu laju, then too bad lah.
Lah tu last kali Sukuna MC all along.
Which is the MC all along, which is what everybody read. And
so because
round 4,
you also just wonder that the awal session ni orang macam pointed out how Tatsu Yoshimoto was assistant mangaka to Tatsuki Fujimoto is a genius no matter what people say. And then also you got Yuki Kaji, so he probably I may attribute that being assistant to these two good mangakas, and also with the commitment that he wanted to finish his apprenticeship or whatever it is. Because banyak orang ingat dia orang, kalau kau assistant ni kau macam tapi it's up to you lah. Kalau kau masuk kau assistant, kau belajar, kau take in all the good points. Bayangkan kalau dia assistant kepada GG ke, then you might have an issue where you might worry.
Nak tambah sikit lah. Dia bukan nak cakap kuasa dua these two side ni sama, dia macam a tangle to each other. Kalau korang perasan waktu episod 2 tu kan, bila that alien datang and Momo cakap loceng rumah dia berbunyi kan, padahal loceng tu hanya berbunyi bila ada like supernatural
Spirit.
being dia yang datang. Tapi bila alien tu datang, bunyi loceng. So like dia macam ada something yang entangle antara dua konsep ni. So macam kita nak tahu lah apa macam mana dia nak reveal entanglement tu antara dua konsep ni So
Aku pula terfikir apa tau, kenapa loceng tu tak bunyi? Sebab Okarun Sasa ada turbo granny.
Because
the house is the supernatural house punya, the loceng is the supernatural punya loceng, and Okarun cannot go into the house because of the seal. You remove the seal, which is not a problem. At the front door, the loceng should be ringing. So
jadi sebab dia kena suppress juga kot.
Aku rasa it is a physical loceng. So kalau kau alien ke kau apa, kau tekan loceng tu, then the wrong bunyi will come out lah.
The wrong bunyi keluar.
That's my first thought. My second thought was that macam mana boleh bunyi loceng? Sebab you rasa benda ni spiritual, benda ni supernatural. Tapi bila keluar benda tu macam alien. What the fuck? Faham tak? Aku rasa macam wow.
Even Okarun ni explanation lepas tu kan, dia kata ada orang yang kata nampak hantu ni pun report UFO sighting juga kan. So what's up with that?
Foreshadowing lah. Which is foreshadowing lah in my opinion.
Yeah. Anyway,
I like it because he so far lah the 2 episodes yang I'm gonna probably start the manga next week. Yang he has been able to tell and share factoids or set up these two very different and contrasting. He has been able to juxtapose it so far without any major macam issues for me. Macam tak nampak benda ni macam tak boleh jive tapi dia paksa juga. I think it is largely driven by how Momo and Okarun react to each other. So which I think is very solid writing lah. Dia macam you faham macam mana nak cerita, nak tulis karakter, and to let the character just tell people about themselves. You and then as they are telling that, they are revealing the world around them. It sounds so easy. It's very tough to do.
Okay, there are actually quite a few more questions, but although minta maaf, saya tadi kata nak layan soalan-soalan luar topik after soalan dalam topik, tapi I think masa macam tak mengizinkan sangat. Kita ada one more last segment before we finish, and we've been at it for 2.5 hours. So you guys don't worry, your questions will not be ignored. Myself and the panelists, kalau sesiapa antara kita orang boleh jawab the soalan, kami akan jawab dalam komentar kat bawah. So one of the questions was like, apasal Jojo underrated kat Malaysia? Jawab nanti. But kita kita tidur kompat kalau
panjang perbualan ni.
Aku bagi one line answer je. Aku bagi a quick one line answer sebagai mukadimah. Tak pernah underrated, but it is not a mainstream title. Itu je. Itu saja.
Makes sense.
People who like it, people who look for that thing will never underrate Jojo. I read it since I was standard 5. It's not a mainstream title. Itu je. And kau kena admit the art style is not the friendliest to the eye for a first time reader. Itu je. The moment kau nampak Stan yang handsome tu, kau nampak orang. Dah, that's it. You're confident. So never been underrated.
Uncle masa mula-mula nak baca Jojo tu, orang bagi Uncle pisang, tapi Uncle takut betul. Tak ada apa. Anyway, okay. It used to be on YouTube, Jojo Fans Weekend. Don't search for it. Anyway, Muhammad Abdul.
Ada